So you want to start crafting an ESO, but you don't know where to begin, don't know what to do. I'm going to try to give you the basics of crafting and what you need to do to get started. If you look now at my skill line, I have no crafts unlocked at all. So we'll go through how to unlock them, what our daily quests would be for our writs, crafting writs, and things like that. Some people hate crafting. They hate doing crafting in any game that they have. Actually, it's not too bad in ESO. It's actually pretty fun. You do have to go gather your resources out in the wild and in Tamriel, things like that. Then you got to refine them. Kind of like what New World does as well. So there was a lot of stuff I think New World did take off ESO. But first thing we're going to do is go over here to a crafting station to unlock our crafts. If you look here, you got your blacksmithing station and your clothing station. Over here, you have your alchemy, enchanting, and your jewelry. And over here is our woodworking. To unlock your crafting tree, it's actually pretty simple. All you have to do is go to a crafting station, like right here at the blacksmith station. You click the anvil, and it unlocks it. You already gained your skill line. You got it unlocked. You don't know what to do, so let's cover what to do. The very first tree is your refined tree. If you look down, I got iron ingots, rubidite ore, and things like that. So what I can do is click on my iron ore, just make one of them, and refine it. It can go from iron ore to iron ingots. If you look over here, I got 10 iron ingots out of 10 iron ores. Our next one is creation. This will actually make our weapons and our armor. For blacksmithing, it's going to be your melee weapons and your armor, your heavy armors. You got mace, sword, axe. If you look down below that, you got how many iron ingots it takes, your crafting style. This is what it looks like when you craft it. It does not make a difference in the game, anything but the way it looks. To change the level that you want to make, you hit the plus and minus. After you get to the max level of that one, you got to go to the next tier of ingredients. So we're going to make a craft quick dagger. Iron dagger is done. I don't have a trait yet because I haven't researched any traits yet. Our next tree will be this deconstruct tree. So you just click the items you want to deconstruct. Deconstruct it, and you'll see I'm already almost level 3 in blacksmithing just by deconstructing things. Now, if you look over to the side, I have a certain add-on that tells me, traits and things like that. This is increased inspiration. Your inspiration for crafting is your experience points. So whenever you find that, make sure you deconstruct them whenever you have time. So next, we have our improve. Now this is how we make our gear and our items from our white to our green to our blue to our purple to our gold. It's nice you don't have to sit there and farm an item until you get the proper gold one you want. You can just go improve it yourself. Now if you look here, I need 5 honings to make this into a green. If you go minus or plus, you can use less of them if you want. I always make sure I have a 100% chance. The less you use, the less chance you have to craft it. Next is our research tab. This is the most important tab you have, in my opinion, when you're just starting out in crafting. Each research takes a lot of time to do. I highly, highly, highly recommend if you want to craft, you get ESO Plus. The reason for that is you get a crafting bag where all of your crafting ingredients go into the bag and it's unlimited space. But also it increases or decreases your time it takes to research a trait. As a level 1 crafter, you can only research one item at a time. Now if you look here, I'm going to research these shoes on the Divine's trait. It does say researchable because I have it somewhere in my bank. Anything you have in your bank, you can use on any character, any crafting station, and things like that. If you look right now, I do have ESO Plus, so it does take 5.5 hours to research my very first trait. I will have linked in the description how long it does take for each one. So I'm going to click it, it starts researching it. There you go. Every single item has up to 9 different traits you can research. Why is it so important to research all of them? Well, what do you want to do with it? That's the biggest thing. Sturdy increases your block cost. That's huge. for like tanks and things like that. Next would be End Pen. This is your PvP one. Reduces damage taken from players' critical hits and the durability damage. Reinforced increases the item's armor value. Well fitted reduces sprinting costs and dodge rolling. Huge with a melee. Training, I recommend getting training whenever you can. It increases your EXP gain, and it goes based on the quality of the armor you have or weapons you have. Infuse increases the armor's enchantment effect, which we'll get into enchantments in a few minutes. Invigorating increases your health, magic, and stamina recovery. Divines is your Moonstone effect. And Nirnholm. Nirnholm is extremely hard to get. You have to have somebody that knows how to make it in order for you to get it. You can't just get the drop anywhere in the world. You get one per character in Craglorn. That's all you get. Here we have our woodworking station. Now this is where you're going to get your bows and your staffs and your shields. So if you have to craft something like that, go to your woodworking station. Next, we're going to run to our enchanting, our provisioning, jewel craft, and our alchemy station. Now, your screen won't look exactly like this because I do have add-ons that helps me with my crafting, especially with enchanting. If you don't know what everything does, it's a lot easier just to sit there and have an add-on so you don't have to memorize what the runes do, because there's a lot of runes in this game. And if you look at the translation, I don't know anything about what these do because I've not touched them yet. When you unlock it on one character, it does not unlock it on all characters. Now your aspect runes are for high quality and things like that. Kudos are hard to get, so only use those when you know that you are doing your level 160 gear. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So I just picked 3 different random ones. If you looked here, I got reduced, frost, and the base. The tiles are just level 1s. So I can put that in any item I want, which is really nice. We'll unlock our cooking. Remember, you can go to any cooking fire, anything like that, to start unlocking stuff. Right now, we're just unlocking them. And we're going to get into what's called crafting writs next. Crafting writs will be your daily quest. I highly recommend, if you have the time, to have crafting writs on more than one character. You can get a lot of gold this way. It's an extremely good gold farm. Now you start leveling it, but you don't know where to put stuff. You know, we go to our alchemy. This proficiency is how high quality items and potions and poisons we can make. We don't really want to sit there and make a level 1 poison or potion on a level 160 person. So you gotta level this up. Only way to level it is by crafting poisons and potions themselves. No other way of doing it. The keen eye lets you see the crafting ingredients in the wild. They kind of glow. The higher level you get that, the more you can see it. Your medical use. For every skill point in there, it lasts 10% longer, which is key. That's really going to help out. Chemistry is going to help you create extra poisons and potions every single time. Really helps save ingredients. Laboratory use, you can use 3 different resources at once. The thing is, you only want to do that when you use tripods, so that's not something you need to get right away. Snake blood, I don't think you need right away either, but it reduces the duration of negative effects. Now, when you get to all the other ones, the biggest thing you gotta do, of course, the metalworking and all of them are basically set up the same. You want to sit there and level that up because that's gonna be higher level gear. Minor hireling, they will bring every day they'll bring you something and drop it off in your mailbox, which is really nice. So every day when you log in, you'll have something in there from that character. Metal extraction. This is what you do when you want this leveled up before you really start going hardcore into refining your metals. And the reason is you'll get more out of it if you do it that way. Metallurgy, you sit there and you decrease your time by 5% and you can craft not craft, I'm sorry, you can research up to 3 different traits at one time. So this needs to be leveled up as soon as you possibly can on every single trait, or every single craft. I'm sorry. You got, you know, your blacksmithing, clothing, jewelry, and woodworking. You need that leveled up as fast as possible. It takes a very, very long time to research all 9 traits on all items. If I remember right, it should take you roughly 6 months to research everything. And that's going in every day and looking at your research. At rank 10, you can actually start leveling up your expertise. The reason why this is so important is it takes less items to increase the value. So if you look over here, I need 7 embroideries to level up this item. If you look here, I need 7 of these 1 embroideries to level up to a superior class. You can use less if you want, but you have less of a chance of doing it. I don't ever recommend doing that. Now let's look at what it takes to get to the gold. I need 20 Drew wax just for this, and those are very expensive. If you level up your craft to 50 and you got your expertise maxed out, I believe it only takes 8, so it lowers it by 12. That's a huge benefit to you to level this up. The fastest way to level up your woodworking, your clothing, and your blacksmithing is just go farming gear. Go farm items and break it all down. That is the absolute fastest way of doing it. Now, next thing we gotta do is crafting writs. So here's a quest. You just go on these bulletin boards. You find a quest before you even do these. Well, you got the skill trees open. The crafting writs are your daily quest. For me, I'm gonna accept this quest right here, but I have to run all the way to a different zone just to do this because my main city, where I was actually my faction, is actually Daggerfall. So I gotta leave Alderaan to go all the way to Daggerfall to do this quest. So I can teleport to Daggerfall from here if I want, but that could be a bad thing. I'm gonna show it on my map. Over here, if I go to one of my closest way shrines to that quest from where I'm at now, there's one here. I don't have that one unlocked yet, so I can go right here to the city. That's 131 gold. Now, to a brand new player, just starting out, just started crafting, there is a lot of teleporting you gotta do. You got a lot of resource gathering to do, a lot of quests you get gear from, killing monsters, stuff like that. Go back to town, break it all down, because most likely you don't have your banker yet and you don't have your merchant yet. So the cheapest way to teleport is go to another way shrine. A lot of people don't realize this, but if you go way shrine to way shrine, it's actually free to teleport. If you look here, no cost. All right, and I'm here. Gonna start talking to her.
You here for crafting certification? Don't worry, there's no cost involved. Your alliance covers all my fees. Once you're certified, they'll let you fulfill the crafting writs. Everyone wins. They're daily requests for crafted goods, but they're only available to certified crafters. If you can show me you know your craft, I'll get you certified. I can train and certify blacksmiths, clothiers, and woodworkers. If that sounds like something you'd want, we can get started. Excellent! We can get started whenever you're ready. Let me know if you have some time. I can prove you know your way around a forge and I'll certify you. But you have to commit. I can only train one discipline at a time.
Even though she can only do one at a time, this does not take a lot of time at all to get this completed.
First you'll mine some iron ore, then I want you to craft a simple iron... Yes! Bring the iron ore to go to the blacksmithing station.
So after we accept the quest, we quickly go over to the blacksmithing station and start making our iron dagger. You could talk to this NPC right here, the blacksmith, and get a trait, but you got to know what trait you already have. So the trait you have would be based on your race that you are. That's what you have unlocked already. So once again, we'll go to creation. If you look right there, that's a quest. It's things we need. We don't need a trait, so that's good. We got our dagger. So we just got to make a dagger. I recommend making a level 1. Making higher level will not make a difference at all. There's no reason of doing it. And she's right here, so we just turn in this quest. And we are then a certified blacksmith where we can start doing our daily quest.
But I'm sure you know that.
So all your crafting certifications, you can do it in all your main cities other than Jewelcraft. They're all the same way. I just showing you this one here first so you know what it's like. I will be back in a minute and I'll show you how you have to do the jewelry certification next.
Or anything else, really. As long as you do it at a blacksmithing station.
So I'm now certified in alchemy, blacksmithing, clothing, enchanting, provisioning, and woodworking. I still need jewelry. The only way to unlock jewelry would be going over here to Somerset. And I'll be right back when I get to the quest guy. Alright, I'm back into Somerset. If you go right here on your map, you'll find this guy. This is the guy that will give you your certification for jewel crafting. It's the exact same process as every other certification you had to do so far. But it's nice because everything's actually tighter together. So I'll play through this real quick, and then we'll get back into the writs, what we have to do next.
But first, you must demonstrate an understanding of the fundamentals. Create for me a simple ring. Yes, that task will be suitable to show me your craft. Let's get started. There should...
Alright, now we'll just turn a quest in. And now we are certified in all of our crafts. But what do we do next? Well, what are these for? Stuff like that. So, if you can do them here, I highly recommend you can go to Somerset and do all of your crafting writs here. They're very easy. This is one of the best spots in the game, in my opinion, to do these. If you look at these green arrows, these are your dailies. I'm just going to go to each board, pull them down. I do have add-ons that actually help me with my writs. All I gotta do is go to a crafting station. Like the very first one I'll go to is my jewel craft. I just walk up there and it automatically makes it for me. I can, if I remember, I'll try to link the description down below for what that is. So the problem is when I get to the cooking fire, I don't have anything at all. I can't do food. I can't do drink. What you're gonna have to do is go to an inn and talk to the bartender, and then you got to talk to the chef, and that's where you're gonna get your recipes at. The best place for me, I actually do all my writs and Alderaan. It's the easiest zone for me to navigate. Stuff like that. That's where my main guy is always at anyways. So I'll show you where I go right after these writs are done here.
visitors, so little time.
So here we are. I'm in the tavern. I'll talk to the chef first, and I'm going to buy every single recipe he has. They're really inexpensive at this point. You know, they're not expensive at all. I do have a add-on that tells me what ones I do and don't have, which does help me out. That way I don't have to navigate, see what ones I have. Now, these are only good for your beginning writs. You may have to go to a guild store, your own guild store or something like that, in order to get the higher tier ones the moment you can start doing those. So all my rifts are finished, and what do I do next? Next, all I gotta do is turn them in. This is why I love this zone so much. All I have to do is turn a corner, run over here, and turn them in. Like I said, with my add-on, all I gotta do is click the box, and it will turn it in for me, which is a huge benefit. And I start open. You'll get these little boxes when you get done with it, and my add-on actually will also open up the boxes for you, so you don't have to worry about that later. If you see here, my inventory is just going crazy. This is how you're gonna get your top tier recipes for some of them. The biggest thing you'll get from this though are what's called a master writ. The master writs are when you get to level 50 and everything's maxed out. You can sell those on the guild stores for a lot of money. You can sit there and make the items that you're requesting, and you can sell those items for a ton of money as well. Not those ones, because that's part of a quest, but when you get all your writs done, you can spend points and to get other crafting tables and things like that. Now, how do you level up your crafts as fast as possible? Well, you have somebody make you an item. That's the fastest way. If you have somebody that can make you a whole bunch of level 160 gear, 150 gear, and you just break it down, it will skyrocket. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sit there and break everything down after I go back to town. If you look here, I'm only at 2.5. I'm going to try to break everything for the cloth and light and medium armor, and I'm already almost level 5. And it only took minutes to do that. If you have a level 160 and have not done this yet, and you want just a crafter alone, go farm a bunch of gear, go kill a bunch of monsters, do dungeons, put it in your bank, and just take your crafter out there and break everything down. Really, really simple. That's how you're going to level up your jewelry, your woodworking, your blacksmithing, and your clothing. Now, when it gets to alchemy and cooking and your enchanting, that's totally different. The fastest way to level up your potion making, your alchemy from the very beginning, select a water or an oil that you can use the highest level you currently have, and just start going through everything. Like, I got the beetle scuttle. I don't know anything about it. So I'm clicking that, and the one below it, and it's inert. Here's another inert. And I'm going to go all the way down until I can find one that says a potion. An unknown potion. There we go. So I'm just going to craft this one, and it's going to start unlocking what each one of these ingredients do. So both these are vitality, and I get extra experience points for every single thing I start to learn. So I'm just going to go down here like this, and just every unknown potion, I'm just going to click on it to craft it. So the Beetle Scuttle, I know 3 so far of what they 3 traits, what they do. When I get all 4 researched, I'm going to get a huge bonus increase in my crafting skill. So my alchemy just went up from almost 7 to 7 1/4 just by learning that one all traits on the Beetle Scuttle. So go through everything till you can research it all, and that's the fastest way to initially level it up. Make sure you put your skill points in where you have to so you can increase the quality, and that's going to increase your level even more. For enchanting, it's basically the exact same thing. I don't know what these traits are, so all I'm going to do is go through these random things. After I break everything down, like I said, it levels up a lot faster just breaking stuff down. If somebody can make you a bunch of purple items, do that. That's an extremely fast way to level. See, I don't know what this one does. I know what that is, so let's find one I don't know. There we go. Don't know what that one does. And I know the TAs. Those are, if you're learning these traits, just use TAs. They're worthless. You're never going to use them in the future. If you look right here, I got subtraction. It's things like that. So I just start to learn these traits so you can easily click on them and know what you're going to make out of them. So I got an unknown glyph here. So honestly, just go through things and start creating any unknown glyph you have. Look for the ones you don't have researched yet. Level up your proficiencies when you can. It takes a lot of skill points to level this up. So you got to remember that's a huge factor. But this is the easiest and best way I have found to level up any craft. I just wanted to give you guys a quick tutorial on beginning your crafting. I may be doing more advanced stuff in the future. If you do want more advanced stuff, please let me know and I will do that for you. Well, I hope this helped you out for the people that needed this. Once again, remember, like, subscribe, hit that bell button. I do stream a couple times a week. But other than that, I'll see you next time.
This one's for the firefighters. This one's for the firefighters. This one's for the firefighters. Firefighters. Fire.